Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, we are going to practice using superlatives and comparative adjective structures uh, in comparisons as well. We may be doing a little, other types of comparison language and maybe some how to express contrasting information on one hand, but on the other hand, these types of things. We will do this in this way. I will be asking questions about superlatives information. What's the fastest you've ever traveled? What's the highest you've ever climbed? These kinds of things. So you can practice speaking English overall as well, and we'll get to know some things about you. All right. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the class. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Oakley.
Oh,
How are you?
you're not Anna.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm Roman.
Hi, Roman. Hi, Roman. How are you?
Same old, same old. And you?
Same old. Um, yeah, I'm okay. Same old, same old, same. Same thing. Uh, how's everything? How's the summer? Are you enjoying the summer in
Uh,
Canada?
almost. Weather pretty good, but we have a lot of mosquitoes. So many mosquitoes. And yeah,
Well,
we even cannot escape during a day. It's terrible. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Yes.
Canada.
So true. Yeah. Um, my best friend growing up, they had a summer camp, a camp on the lake, very in Quebec, but very northern Quebec. My gosh, yeah. You got that right about the mosquitoes. Whoa. Big enough
Yeah.
big enough to carry you away.
Moreover, we had we visited a few camp sites last week, and we had also ticks.
Oh, really? Oh, those can be
Yeah,
dangerous. They can
yeah. So it's so funny. We wanted to spend some time on the nature. Yeah, we did it, but we had to spread a lot of chemicals on our skin.
Right. Okay. Ironic. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. Um, all right. You wanted to spend time outdoors. Usually we don't normally, native speakers don't normally say we wanted to spend time in nature or with nature.
With
Okay.
nature.
We don't normally say that. We normally say in a natural area. We use the adjective natural. Or we just say, oh, I like to, I like you, I like to spend time outdoors. Meaning, I
Outdoors.
like fishing and hiking and camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are activities. So,
Do you have?
oh, I don't. I used to do a lot when I lived in the United States and when I was growing up. Yeah, I would spend a lot of time in the outdoors, meaning in natural areas. Not so much these days because I work
Mm.
in a city, but when I can, occasionally, 2, 3 times a year, I manage to go for a hike or go camping, maybe once a year, but not as much as I would like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh, okay, we've had another student join us. Hello, Abby. How are you? Abby, hello. Abby, are you there? Okay. Don't know what's going on with Abby, but okay. Try to talk to you later, or just shout out, give me a shout out hello, so I know your microphone's working, Abby. Hello, Ken. Welcome.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Welcome to the class. All right. We're going to practice using comparison and in particular, using comparative adjectives and superlative adjectives. Okay. Comparative adjectives. These are the adjectives where we can add er, like big, bigger, small, smaller, to compare two things. This one is smaller than that one. Before we get started, some very basic rules. In comparison, with one syllable adjectives, we can add er, bigger, smaller, faster, stronger. Or superlative, the one that is the most, okay, strongest, we add est, fastest, slowest. All right, this is the normal way we use comparatives and superlatives for one syllable or one vowel sound adjectives. Okay, that is generally the rule. However, with adjectives with y, like smelly, ooh, smelly, even though that's really two syllables, smelly, we still use the er. So, but just so you know, the spelling changes. We change the y to an ie, so to an ie spelling. Smell. Whoops, I meant smelly. Oops, error. Smelly becomes smellier, and of course, smelliest. Okay, so that's kind of the exception. We still use er and est, comparative and superlative, but of course, these are adjectives that end with y. And okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Adjectives that have more than one syllable and they do not end in y, like intelligent, brilliant, beautiful, we use more or less. More beautiful, less beautiful in comparisons when we're comparing, or superlative, most and least. Most intelligent, least intelligent. Okay, so more, most, less, least. All right. And then, of course, there's one final category of comparative and superlative adjectives, and those are adjectives, just like verbs. Some verbs we can't add ed to make past tense, past participle. They are called irregular verbs. We also have very, very few irregular adjectives. So, for example, good, we don't say gooder, goodest. It was the goodest meal I've ever eaten. No, that's impossible. Of course, we use good, better, best, bad, worse, worst. Okay, so now we'll start with the questions and conversation and talking after I say hello to Heidi.
Hello.
Hi,
Nice to
Heidi.
see you again. Oh,
Likewise.
I want to ask, AKA, how about the typhoon? Do you have some damage?
Oh,
No,
no, not.
almost
Okay.
nothing happened here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it said it was a very strong super typhoon, so I expected very strong wind or something. But I didn't feel anything.
Yeah. So,
Okay. One of
nothing
those.
happened.
That's the strange thing about. That's a strange thing about weather. You know, sometimes they predict. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they don't predict anything, and then you have severe weather
Yeah.
events.
But
Sometimes they
I read
predict
the news that
disaster.
some place had very heavy damage.
Really, I suspect more
Seven people died.
south because I know it lost a lot of strength moving north.
7 people died, and some people had cut off their finger by their door. Suddenly, door slammed.
Ouch. Okay. Well, that's absolutely no fun. Hmm. Wow, that's pretty scary. Yeah. Okay. Roman. Okay, let's get back to our practicing comparing and superlative. We're going to talk about superlative things you've done. Roman, what is the fastest you've ever gone in a car?
Fastest?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope policeman in Canada don't doesn't hear me. In Canada, quite big fees for if you broke speed limit, quite big, and moreover you can have bad insurance records, and it will have influence on your insurance in future.
Mm-hmm.
But one time I tried to speed to 160 kilometers.
Wow.
I think, it's comparing with real speed. It's funny, but for me it will be the fastest that I have ever experienced by on my own car.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there are huge fines in the United States and Canada for speeding. Totally true. And you're absolutely correct. That's not the worst part. The worst part is your insurance goes way up. So you may have to pay a large fine, but that's really only a small portion of the
Yeah,
problem because your insurance, you're going to be paying for 10 years a lot more. All right. Okay. You said it's funny. Did you mean it's fun? It's
yeah, it's
uh
fun.
okay, it's
Fun.
fun. Where were you?
Manitoba.
Yeah, okay, was it on the highway, on a back road,
Ah,
on a state
it
highway,
it was no, it
flat?
wasn't highway. It was it's like, do you know there is highway and there is some rural roads.
Yeah.
It's decent roads, but without traffic at all. Because I don't know, like in how it work in the USA, but in Canada, all all roads it's like square. Mm.
Square?
Yeah, square. Yeah.
Like a grid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can choose every road and use it. So and and I did it when I didn't see no people, no car, no
Yeah.
just just field just field. The only
Yeah.
things which I worried it was deer. It's a real
Oh,
problem in
yeah.
Canada.
Sure. Right. Yeah, you got to be very wary of animals coming out on the road in Canada, especially in Canada, but also in the United States. Very true. Yeah, that can get nasty in a hurry. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, but Manitoba is mostly kind of flat. So
Yeah,
lots of fields
yeah,
of wheat. Yeah, so and the same thing in the Central America, but where you start running into lakes and mountains, things get curvy again. Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 160. That's pretty fast. What is that? I'm trying to calculate what is that in miles per hour.
I
That's
don't know. Maybe it's 80. Uh,
okay.
Maybe I don't know because in Canada we use kilometer per hour.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
And I know 100 kilometers an hour is approximately 60 miles per hour, about. So, okay. Uh, All right. Let me ask Ebby. Ebby, are you?
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm great, thanks. Uh, kind of hot here, but I know not hot compared to where you live, but
Yeah.
hot for me. Evie, what's the fastest you've ever traveled in a car?
It's really hard here in my country to go fast because there are almost like cameras in most of the streets that will, detect if you go fast
Ah,
and you'll get a ticket and then you will pay. You cannot do anything until you pay that ticket.
ah,
So, yeah, so it's very hard, to go fast.
okay.
And I don't like to go with people who drive very fast.
You don't?
So whenever, yeah, whenever I go with my father or brother, I usually ask them, "Don't go fast," and they are like, "Shut up." But I really, I feel scary.
Okay. So, are you a backseat driver?
Sorry,
Are you a backseat driver?
what does that mean?
Okay, this is a colloquial or idiomatic expression for someone, well, which you just said, someone who tells the driver how to drive. Don't go so fast.
Okay.
Slow down. Turn left
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay. We call that a backseat driver. Okay, that's funny. Um, since you are there in Saudi Arabia, what is the hottest temperature you remember experiencing?
Um,
Curious.
um, Actually, every year we experience a very high temperature, especially during this month now.
Hmm.
But I can't remember exactly like the exact temperature.
Okay.
But yeah, but during these days, I think it's like the hottest month during the year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, all right. What? Okay. Opposite. Do you remember a cold temperature that you experienced?
Yes, maybe before 1 year. But I don't also remember the exact temperature, but it was very cold and we had rain, a lot of rain that year.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Before 1 year, maybe 1 year ago, or about a year ago.
okay,
We don't normally say before 1 year. You're
okay,
actually talking about the future. Before 1 year, I will finish college, for example. Before 1 year, meaning before 1 year is over, I will finish college. So we actually talking about the future. Okay.
okay,
All right. I'm not sure about the highest temperature I've experienced, but the coldest temperature is definitely imprinted on my mind. -42. It was cold. I'll never forget that. Particularly cold. Uh, okay. Ken. Ken, what
Mhm.
is what is the fastest you've ever gone in a car?
Probably a little more than 100 kilometer per hour on highway.
Okay.
Mhm.
Really? Is that even speeding?
No, in the highway it's possible, but in on usual road it's speeding.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not so bad. All right. Hmm.
But I rarely get on the highway, so usually I don't speed. I don't run the car or drive the car in such a
Yeah.
fast speed.
Okay. Drive the car. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's not. I'm a little surprised. Uh, okay. I really I have to think about. Okay, how many miles per hour and how many kilometers per hour? I okay. The fastest I've gone is 120 miles per hour, which is pretty darn fast. Okay, I've got it. I've got a converter here. That is 193 kilometers per hour. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, boy. Um, yeah, and I did that 2 different times. One, when my father was driving and I was a passenger.
Mm-hmm.
My father is a dangerous guy. And secondly, when a friend of mine, his father was driving the car, and his father was a police officer.
Wow.
Yeah, just for fun, because it was my friend's birthday. I remember that. Let's see how fast we can go. So apparently he wanted to kill us on his birthday. I have no idea. Yeah, very exciting. Uh, okay, Ken,
Mhm.
just for comparison, what are the coldest and hottest temperatures that you've ever experienced?
Coldest temperature I've experienced is -2 Celsius.
Okay.
Yeah, and highest temperature would be 70, I don't know, 37.5 Celsius.
Okay.
And at that day, radio said my town recorded highest temperature in Japan. So
Ah,
it
okay.
was pretty
Oh,
hot in my experience,
yeah.
but I'm not sure. Other countries, the temperature higher than that, but it was totally hot to me.
Yeah. Uh, it was torture. Hmm. Okay. All right. So, all right. When we're giving information like this, we could say, for example, it would be common to say the lowest I've ever experienced was -42. On the other hand, or conversely, I experienced 42 degrees Celsius one time.
Ah,
Yeah.
where?
Here in the
Oh,
Philippines, where I am
I
now,
see.
actually. That's the hottest ever. And that's still nothing compared to some of the Gulf states, the Arabian
Mhm.
Peninsula. Uh, that's it doesn't even compare. Yeah, I've had students in Qatar tell me, "Oh, it's 50 degrees today." Oh,
Wow.
really? Great. How come you're not dead? I just don't understand it. Uh, Heidi, how about you? What's the quick? Sorry, Heidi. Quick welcome to Michael. Hello, welcome to class, Michael. Hi there.
Hey, Teacher Oakley. Hey.
Hi, hi. I'll talk to you in just a sec.
Okay.
Hi, Heidi. What is the coldest and hottest weather extremes? Do you remember?
Maybe it was 6 years ago, hottest temperature was, it's kind of record, this place.
Uh,
Only once or twice we have record hottest in Japan. 42 degrees Celsius.
yeah.
But 6 years ago, we have very hottest summer in several decades. So every day over 40 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
Many people died.
yeah. That can be dangerous, right? I was gonna say. Yeah.
Coldest though is maybe -5 or so, not so cold.
Okay. All right. So, okay. On the other hand, and okay, on the other end of the spectrum,
Mm.
maybe another way you're measuring things opposite ends of a scale. On one end of the scale, however, on the other end of the scale,
And the
okay,
fastest experience.
yeah,
Before I mentioned, we ran Autobahn in Germany, right?
oh yeah,
It's no limit. And then
right,
we borrowed the car, Volkswagen.
Yeah,
very small
Volkswagen.
one. And it's not strong. It didn't have strong power. Then
Mm-hmm.
it was countryside, very comfortable. Then other cars all very high speed. Then my sister was driving. Then she pedaled, trampled, what's the acceleration until
Okay.
the bottom. But
Yeah.
still only 136 kilometers, it's the limit.
Okay.
Then
Right.
we found some very powerful car behind, BMW or Porsche or I forgot. They approached very fast to us. So my sister
Hmm.
avoided that car. Then we ran the common lane, not fast lane. Then the car overpaced very quickly. Phew, cool.
Okay. Uh, oh, very funny. Okay. It reminds me one time when I rented a car in Florida, and it's hot in Florida. It was a little Ford Fiesta, but it had cruise control, so you could just hit your desired speed, and you don't even have to use the pedals. You're on the highway, so it just stays at the whatever 60 miles per hour, whatever. And this thing had so little power that I literally put cruise control on as fast as the car would go, and then I controlled the speed by using the air conditioner. If I turned up the air conditioner, the car would slow down, and then I could control the speed because the power was so weak. I could actually control the speed by controlling the dial on the air conditioner. So I was driving down the road like, okay, slow down. Very silly, but fun. Kind of stupid story, but it was funny. All right, English-wise, okay. Your sister mat it, to put the pedal down, or push the pedal down, put the pedal to the metal, accelerate, all of these things, speed up in a car.
I
All
said
right.
speed up, but she said it's
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah. Yeah, there is one speed limit on the Autobahn. You know that, Heidi?
Hmm.
And that is the speed of light. You're
Hmm.
you're not allowed to go past the speed of light.
Hmm.
Okay. How about you, Michael? What's the fastest you've ever traveled in a car, in a vehicle?
Fastest?
Uh-huh.
Maybe 100, let's say 120 kilometers per hour, maybe. I don't know really. When I went with a public transport, yeah, public transport went.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
could be more than 120. Could be like 150. But I didn't follow the. So what's that thing that you see the speed?
Speedometer?
Yeah, I didn't follow. I didn't look at speedometer. I presume I traveled like I with 150, but I seen for sure like 120. It is in a private car, like. But
Right.
not me under behind the wheel, because if I'm behind the wheel, I would go only 80 maximum. I don't like more.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have enjoyment of
Really?
driving fast or something. It's not my
Mhm.
cup of tea, as I would say. So.
Okay. It's interesting. I I don't know, Roman. I don't know about where you are, but there are places in United States, Los Angeles, New Jersey Turnpike, driving around Pittsburgh. There's some places, they're highways that are widely used, and if you're not going like 70 miles an hour, you're actually, I don't know, it's more dangerous for you than which is about 110. 115 kilometers per hour, you have to go that fast. You don't really have a choice. If you don't, there's so much traffic weaving in and out, you're going to get rear-ended. Somebody's going to hit you from behind. You almost have no choice but to go that fast. Okay.
Do you think the cars are safe enough so you could travel like with an average car with that speed? Do you think like it's I don't know, it's safe enough?
Well, there's a lot of factors there, of course. Is it day or night? What is the weather? The actual cars itself, but how much traffic? Yeah, there's so many factors, but you know, I don't know. American culture, American car culture, people die. People go fast. The national speed limit
People
is
die.
okay. The national speed limit is basically
500 kilometers per hour.
no, regular speed limit that everybody travels on national highways is 105 kilometers per hour. That's normal, and almost
Yeah.
everyone speeds up 5 or 10 miles an hour faster than that. And you don't normally. By the way, Roman, I don't know about Canada, but in the United States, basically, everyone knows this sort of rule. You can, miles per hour at least, you can go 10 miles per hour, up to 10 miles per hour faster than the speed limit. So if you basically go 8 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour faster than the limit is when they start to actually pull you over and give you a ticket. So if you drive 8 miles per hour faster than the speed limit, I did always, just normally, as a rule. And so
Yeah.
you never get a ticket. I never got a ticket, ever.
Yeah, but there is difference here, the same, but in kilometers.
Right,
So,
but in
but
kilometers.
9 miles and 9 kilometers is big difference.
Big difference. Yeah, right. Obviously. Yeah. So yeah, it would be my normal traveling speed on the highway would be let's see, 117 kilometers per hour. That would just be normal. 117, 120, like that. That's normal. Okay. Anyway, Michael, superlatives and comparatives. All right. Tell me about the coldest and hottest temperatures you've experienced.
Well, off the top of my head, I can tell you that I experienced the coldest weather I experienced is like minus 20 something, like minus 24, minus. I don't know really because I was young, not young. I'm now young, so I was a child, I presume, and it was like minus 24, maybe minus 26 could be, or minus. I don't know for sure. Like nowadays, like last 5 years could be like minus 20. This is the coldest. We have like some months in January or February, I think, when like for a couple of days, like from 2 days to 5 days, we have these temperatures for sure. And the warmest, or what?
Yeah.
The hottest temperature
okay.
I experienced, I assume like 40 degrees Celsius could be, or no more than 40, I think, like 30. Yeah, no more than 40. 40 I think.
Okay.
30 is warm, 35 is very warm, so 40. Yeah, it's very, very warm for me. I was like, I think like 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Okay. And when we have actually extremes in temperature that last 2 to 5 days, as Michael was mentioning, cold weather, we call it a cold snap in English. And hot weather, we call it a heat wave.
Heat wave.
Normal collocations. Yeah. Okay.
So how would you say, like, I was in a heat wave, or what? How would you?
Well,
put in the
yeah,
sentence.
you could say I was in a heat wave. I experienced a heat wave when I
Okay.
lived in Louisiana that lasted. I ex I experienced a cold snap when I lived in Vermont, my home state, that lasted the entire month of February. Never, not for even 2 seconds, did it get above zero. Um, Zero, that's Fahrenheit. Okay,
Mhm.
so that is cold. 32 is 0 Celsius, so it never got above 0 Fahrenheit. Man, that was brutal. It didn't snow for the whole month. It's too cold to snow. If you don't, it snows between 0 and 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what the range is in Celsius, but in any case, once it gets below 0, it's just too cold to snow, which sounds weird, but it's true. And that is ugly. Yeah. Snowy days were great because they were warm, or in comparison. Roman, different type of question. Let me go back to Roman. Roman, this may be difficult. Who is the smartest person you have ever met?
No, it's easy. This is my
It's
wife.
easy. Oh, good answer, Roman. Okay.
Yeah.
And where is your wife? I'd love to see her in class one of these days.
Maybe she will visit. She
That'd be
will
great.
meet. Yeah, because now she's sleeping because it's 1 p.m. No, I am
AM.
in
Yeah.
Canada. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Well, can you give her my regards, please?
of course, of course.
Thank you. Okay. Great. All right. Well, that was too easy. Yeah. Okay. I'm tempted to ask who's the dumbest person you ever met. Okay.
I can try to answer.
Okay. All right.
Maybe this is my one of my core workers because he is like, do you know there is a term special?
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
term, special.
Yeah, yeah, and I get that my factory hires some type of these people, and
Hmm.
it's very quite difficult to work with them because we have different speed of thinking. And
Hmm.
today he was injured because he is very, very uh, special.
What's that
Yeah.
Yeah.
special?
Okay, from the land of political correctness. All right.
Slow?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Uh, Pretty much that's it. Yeah. So, okay, instead of saying, "Oh, he's stupid" or "he's retarded," he's special. Or we talk
Yeah.
about
Unique.
special needs people, individuals, special needs children. All right, all PC, politically correct.
Yeah, we had some accident today, and his hand went to machine, and he had some injuries. But he even maybe he was stressed, but he even didn't scream. And when just I thought that something wrong, I stopped machine, and it's so some kind of problem, but it was so stupid because even didn't he can stop machine himself. He could cry, scream. It's only that I
Wow.
saw that something
But
wrong, I stopped
I
machine.
see.
but
Oh
why
man.
did they take him at this work at this job? Because I see that he's not qualified, maybe, or what?
Not because you do, employer doesn't have to pay him big salary. So
Oh,
normal
okay.
Yeah.
people don't work for this. position. Like me, I work there because I am an immigrant, and this is like my start in Canada.
Right.
Yeah, but he got injured there, so he, I don't know. I mean, it's like he's not qualified. If you get injured at your job, that means that you lack some experience or knowledge or something. Because if you have all of this, you would not get injured.
Well,
No?
yes and no. I mean, I was a chef for many years, and I cut, burned, scraped, blew up an oven. I injured myself regularly, and so did everyone else. It's part of the job. You know, if you're Heidi's a seamstress, she, you know, stabs herself with a needle, not because she's not qualified. It's that kind of a job. So yes and no. I do understand, and I do believe you have a valid. I don't know the situation. I mean, if a special person's going to cause a danger to themselves or others, well, that's not good, obviously.
Yeah, but
Clearly.
did you hear what Roman said? So
I did.
his hand was in machine and he didn't scream. He didn't
Right.
stop machine. He'll just stare at that machine.
So I'm agreeing that could be very dangerous, of course. I'm actually
suffered.
agreeing. Yeah, maybe he shouldn't be there. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this happens in the United States and Canada. What happens is special needs people can be hired, and generally the government subsidizes their pay. I'm not sure how it works in Canada, but yeah, they can be paid much less, and they're actually paid by the government, really, pretty much, at least in the United States. I don't know about in Canada. Yeah, and you know you have them doing very simple tasks normally. Okay. That was an interesting little sideline. Evie, I'm going to
Yes.
ask the same question. Who's the smartest person you've ever met?
I think it's my cat.
Your cat?
Yeah. He is blind, but he is very smart.
Your
All
blind
the
cat.
Yes, all the other cats are scared of him. They don't know that he's blind. And whenever, he walk or go anywhere, all the other cats run. They think that he can, see him. It's funny, but he is very smart. He acts like if he can see everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Can you have your cat run for president? And
No, only for governor.
yeah, that would not work because the cat would have to be born in the United States. That's a rule. So, unfortunately, that will never work. Okay. That's an interesting answer. Okay. Let's try comparison. Abby, which is
Yeah.
smarter, dogs or cats?
Cats.
Okay. Can you give
I
me?
have seen many videos on YouTube, and I saw, like whenever there's a cat and dog, the cat is usually smarter than the dog
Okay.
when they fight and
Oh,
when they
okay.
play with each other. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay. Heidi, what do you think? Comparison, what is smarter, a dog or a cat?
Cat.
Cat is
Yeah.
smarter. Okay, you agree with that?
Yeah, they have opinion.
They have
Dog doesn't have opinion. Only trained, like drag dog or something. Then they obey to the police or some stuff. Only that.
okay.
They don't change their mind. Once they are ordered, they follow that order. That cat is different. They always think, how we live,
Mm-hmm.
how we run away from this place. where is the peaceful place for us like that?
All right. Okay. Let's try a little comparative or superlative. What do you think is the smartest animal? The whole animal kingdom. What, in your opinion, is the smartest animal?
Crow.
Crow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
Crow,
right.
remember your face. If you hurt some crow, they got revenge to you.
They get what to you?
Attack you.
Ah.
Yeah, die hard.
Oh.
Very terrible.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I watched a very interesting experiment with crows where they had, I don't know, food, seeds or something in a long tube, like a test tube type thing. And the crows had to figure out how to get the seed out by, it was water, okay, a big tube with some water and food floating, right?
Mhm.
So they had to figure out they could get stones and put it in the water, thus displacing the water.
Very clever.
Actually, yeah, very clever. Actually, in this experiment was comparing a child with a crow who could figure it out first, and the crow beat the child. It was kind of depressing a little. Yeah, okay. You have a point there. Ken, in your opinion, what is the smartest animal in the world?
Humans.
Yeah. Good one. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, probably we have a language and we can accumulate the knowledge and experience to generation.
Okay.
Yeah, in such a way, kind of, we developed over generation.
All right. Good
Yeah.
answer. All right. Ken, I want you to do some comparison.
Mhm.
Talk to me about some extremes that you have seen in people's appearance. Who's the fattest person you've ever seen? The skinniest, the tallest?
A tallest person I met in I can say expo took place in my town, and at that time tallest person in the world came to that event. I saw him very closely tall, more than 2 meters for sure. Very tall. Yeah. That's the tallest
Okay.
person. Yeah.
All right. How about, have you ever seen some extremely skinny or extremely fat uh,
Extremely,
persons?
extremely fat person. Some I saw some of them in America.
Yeah. America, land of the free, home of the fat. Yeah.
Actually,
Indeed.
the fattest person died
Really?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, I read in the news. He was like 500 kilograms. Why are you
Okay.
laughing, Jose? That's not funny.
That's yeah, it is.
That's to
That's
cry.
that's fat. That's really fat.
Yeah.
That's enormous. How's that even possible? Wow. Where
And
was
he
he
was from
from?
United States,
Yeah, of
the
course.
US.
All right. All right. Since you're filled with fun-filled facts, who's the oldest person in the world now? Do you know?
100 maybe 10 years or 12 years, I think. But I don't know for sure. There's
Yeah.
like a man.
Okay. There's an old woman. She's not the oldest, but she's like the second oldest. She lives in Detroit, of all places. And she doesn't want to move. I think she's like 111,
Wow.
like that. Yeah, that's old. Uh, okay. Michael, how about you? You want to live to be 111?
Well, not really. I would like to live 1,000 years. So
Okay.
111 is what is opposite of too much?
Too short. Well, when it's life, we say long life, short life. So.
Yeah, too short. What about you, Oakley? Who is the smartest person have you ever met in your life? Barack Obama?
Sorry?
Barack Obama?
No, I've never met Barack, and I doubt he would qualify. No, the smartest person I have ever met was actually a student of mine, a young Korean man. That guy was amazing. He had a ridiculous IQ, like 170 or something, but he was really, really smart. And there was just no, I had regular classes with him for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I would try to puzzle him, confuse him, and it was like a game we ended up playing. It was really impossible. Anyway, really smart guy. Definitely. But funny, not your typical geeky genius. He was a ladies' man. He liked to party a little bit. Very interesting guy. Man, he was smart. Michael, who's the smartest man or woman, of course, who's the smartest person you've ever met?
But what do you mean by smart?
Well, it's up to you, I guess.
It's whose IQ is the highest, or
Yeah, I don't know. We could debate that. I don't know.
So,
what do you consider smart? Creativity, IQ test, score? There's a lot of measurements for smart, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I studied in the university with the smartest guy. He was little bit smarter than me. So basically, we could argue about something, but not argue, but like kind of debate. And
Sure.
And she gave me lots of arguments, lots of what do you give in debate? What do you give in debate? Lots of argumentations.
Yeah, arguments, persuasive arguments. She made points.
Yeah, and I gave to him, and we could like argue like that, like for 2 hours or something. And there was like, I remember that we couldn't agree on something, so we agreed to disagree.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, yes. Sometimes you have to do that. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Roman. Roman, what is the longest you have ever waited in line?
Longest?
Yeah.
I even. Oh yeah, I remember. It was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It was a line to some government organization which give you international passport. It's typical in Ukraine, and to have place in the line, I have to come at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was maybe 20 person in line, 20 person, and I have to wait during whole day, and close to the afternoon I got opportunity to give to this organization my documents.
Wow.
Yeah, it's typical in Ukraine.
All right, you were okay. Ordinal numbers. You were 20th in line. Yeah, waiting in line for government offices. Yeah, right.
But in our country, there is very fun tradition. It doesn't matter that you stay in line. There are always some people who has friend in this organization, and they come without line. That's why you can stay there forever. And sometimes people can stare this and begin to fight even because it's really very weird when you have to wait and during a day and some person come without turn.
Yeah. Roman, here in the Philippines where I live now, we have people that's their job to wait in line. Especially for passports, for visas, Social Security, the tax office, motor vehicles. That's what they do. That's their living. They wait in line. Oh, I'll take your spot. You pay them, I don't know, a little bit of money, and they stand there for you. So you can go and you get their phone number. They'll call you up. Okay, there's only 10 more people in front of you, because you get in line at like the NBI, which is basically security clearance for everyone in the country. You need it to get a job here. That line is huge. It can be 400 or 500 people. So you hire this person, you give them 400 pesos, $10, and they wait in line, and you go do whatever you need to do for the day, and then in 4 hours, 6 hours, they text you and say, okay, you got about 15 more minutes. So, okay, text me when I have 15 minutes left. All right. So, yeah, that's their job. What a job, huh? Wait in
It's
line.
funny. But in our country, officially, we usually don't have to have a line. I mean, in Ukraine,
Yeah,
now I live in Canada, so
right,
there is a quite totally different situation.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
But
kind of funny.
funniest line I noticed in Spain when I was in Spain, I noticed that people begin to dance salsa in line. It's so it's yeah, really.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Great.
how people happy to be in line.
I suppose it depends what you're waiting in line for. You're going to a football game. It can be fun to wait in line, but waiting for a government office, not so much.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, yeah. Longest line I've been in is for the Social Security office here in the Philippines. Got in line at 9 in the morning. I think I waited till it was about 5 when I actually finished my paperwork. So 8 hours. You can't leave the line. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't eat. Yeah, not fun. Ridiculous, actually. Um, okay. Actually, we're just about out of time. Oh, there's just seconds left. Um, so I'm going to get going because I have another one-on-one class that I have to attend to. So thank you, everyone, for joining me, and I'll see you again soon here on Verbally.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Bye.
Bye bye.
Take care.